Hi everybody, Delta Prime here, and you are watching Delta Prime Reviews. So today we're going to be looking at a special kind of Predacon. Her name is Skelevore. Yes, I purposely kind of said that in a skeleton in a Skeletor kind of voice. Haha, He-Man, so we meet again. But this isn't from He-Man, I just want to do a Skeletor voice. So, the story around fossilizers is that they turn to fossils. Now, that doesn't want to make this kind of Transformer special. It's part of the Spark Project. And the Spark Project in Transformers lore is a project to make a spark able to separate from its body and go into different pieces. And I believe this is on the Transformers wiki if they have not taken it down. What's special about fossilizers is A, they turn into a fossil, and B, they break apart into weapons and armor. Now, fossilizers weren't the first to do this. We got this back in year 1 of the War for Cybertron trilogy where we got Siege. And in Siege, we got that in the form of armorizers. In the War for Cybertron Earthrise gave us Battleizers. Oh, I'm sorry. Battleizers was that? No, Battleizers was in, pretty sure was in Earthrise. And then in War of Cybertron Kingdom we got the Fossilizers and one late Battleizer. But this is still going, this type of bot is still going strong today, because in the year 1 and 2 Legacy, we got the Junkions, which were a type of armorizer. We got more fossilizers with the Wreck and Rule sets. And we got, in year 3, the Infernac universe bots, which are the rock bots. And they turn into armor and stuff. So it's pretty neat we're getting all this, and it's really cool to see a bot that just does that. Of course, it means their transformation is parts forming. You take it apart to transform into its alt mode. You know what? When you put in the added playability of making armor and weapons, yes, that's pretty freaking cool, okay? I can get over the hindsight that it's a parts former. I can get over that. Now, Skelevore here is part of a 2-set. One of the Netflix spoiler 2-packs. And if you know the Netflix spoiler 2-packs, they're simply called the Netflix spoiler 2-packs. You didn't know which ones you got until you buy it. This one here was one of the exceptions. You knew what you got when you bought this one. This one was a Generation Select one, where it came with the Voyager Kingdom Megatron, well, Earthrise Megatron, with the chain matrix around his chest, and Skelevore. Now, I don't have the Megatron. I didn't actually buy the set to get this guy. I bought this second-handed from another collector. Now, some of you may be curious about Skelevore's mold. If you know this mold, then you know this is the mold that gave way to Paleotrex, the precursor of this mold. We got transmutate out of this mold, Skelevore, and the Wreck and Rule Wrecker that came with Springer in the Wreck and Rule set, Spindle, a Spinosaurus retool of this mold. Now, if you know this mold, then you know that Skelevore turns into a purple T-Rex skeleton. And there's a story behind the purple T-Rex skeleton because in the original Beast Wars 1 episode, in episode 1 of Beast Wars, where the Autobots and Maximals were scanning beast modes, Megatron's scanner scanned a T-Rex fossil, and when it scanned it, it turned purple on the radar. This is an homage to that. Now, Skelevore may look see-through in certain parts. That is because she is clear plastic. Bad choice, because if you know anything about clear plastic, it breaks really easily. When I bought it, I didn't know it had clear plastic until after I posted a video, or not a video, but a post on one of my collector groups on Facebook. And after I got it, they're like, "Oh, be careful, it's clear plastic. It breaks really easily." That's how I found out clear plastic broke easily. So, really bummed, because I don't know how well you see it, but there's the mold damage there. There we go. Right there. There's a crack there. Yeah, see? Pretty soon I probably won't be able to use them. But hey, it is what it is. Now, okay. Let's get into articulation. So her head's articulated like this because her head becomes a mask. Move up and down. Everything's on pegs. So, see, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. So that's the basic articulation. There's his waist swivel. Alright. Let's break her down, shall we? I'm probably going to take a sliver of duct tape and just duct tape it so it can never come apart again. Here we have all the parts to Skelevore. Now, bring in my good friend Kickback and armor him up. Now, one thing to keep in mind when armoring up your Transformers, there is no specific armorization sequence, meaning you can have any kind of combination you want as long as you have enough pieces for it. And what I mean by pieces, if you have more than one armorizer, fossilizer, and Transformers that break apart into armor pieces. If you have multiples of those, then you can deck out pretty wildly. Like, you can go all out. I've seen videos of fossilizers, and there is an actual combiner fossilizer using wing finger or racturnite and paleotrax. I'll talk more about that in a minute, but here is an example of decking out. How you can deck them out. Really cool, really. Really cool. You can end up with a big freaking axe. And that's really neat in my opinion. Now, before we take Skelevore off, let's talk about the gimmicks. So, like I said, they can combine with other fossilizers to create crazy weapons and armor. There is a fossilizer combiner using the Paleotrex mold, the Racturnite mold, and Wingfinger. Wingfinger is the Pteranodon fossilizer. There's only one Wingfinger. There's no remolds of it. Just one Wingfinger. Just one figure out of that mold. Of course, in the Racturnite mold, you got two of that mold. Well, three if you count Master Dominus. You got Tricanicus, I think is its name. It's the lava Triceratops. You got Racturnite, the what is it? The Stegosaurus fossilizer, and the original of the mold. And then you have Master Dominus, which is a mammoth retool of the Racturnite mold. And then, like I said, you have Skelevore, Spindle, Paleotrax, and Transmutate is all part of the Skelevore mold. And they can combine. The fossilizer the combiner has no name. There's no name for the combiner. I've seen people call it Skullgrin. I've seen people call it Fossilord. I've seen it called Dinomation. I like to call it the amalgamation because it's an amalgamation of different fossilizers. And I think that's a pretty cool name. Amalgamation. Like, that's pretty cool. The armorizers, there's for the battleizers, not the armorizers. For the battleizers, there was no combiner. You can make one, but there was no recognized official combiner mode. There was for the Power Dasher set of armorizers, though. Zaytar, Power Drill, can't remember the other name. Other ones, but yeah, pretty cool. Alright. So let's take these off and transform her, shall we? Okay, now that we have all the pieces again, let's get into the transformation. First part, take this, fold these up. fold those up. You can fold them down, but officially you're supposed to fold them up. Take this and rotate it down like that, so it's like this. Next, take this, and this will slide in between here. And before you finish that connection, you're going to turn this around, fold that piece out. And then actually it's easier if you connect these two first. So connect those two. I'm sorry, I lied. You will not be folding those up, because that piece right there has to go where that will block. And there, that's the start of Skelevore. Next, just get the head undone. You want to peg it in, fold it in, and fold the dino head over it like that. Next, come to the tail. Plug those together. Now come down here. You see those pegs there and there. Peg holes here and here. They're a pain to line up. Once you do, it's an easy slot in. And now the legs. Nope, that's on their own. Okay, I shouldn't say wrong one. I guess it really doesn't matter. But I prefer them on certain legs. And they'll just peg in right there. And here we have Skelevore in her T-Rex skeleton mode. It's a beautiful mode. I love it. The head's always looking up, unfortunately. But it is what it is. If you have a chance to buy the 2-pack, sure, you get it. Yes, but just for the Megatron. This thing is a mess because it's clear plastic and is bound to break on you at some point. Even if you don't play with it, it's bound to break on you. If you really want it for Skelevore, take your own risk. But if you want a T-Rex skeleton of the Paleotrex mode, I recommend Paleotrex or Transmutate. But if you were to get the 2-pack for this guy, get it for the Megatron, not Skelevore. So yeah, I have been Delta Prime Reviews, asking you to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video review. Bye-bye!